trying to be a good student.
Yeah, no, there's been people going, you know, in and out, and one day here and one day there, and that's fine. That's perfect for this time of the year, and certainly because I was also feeling that sense of that we really shouldn't be doing anything except what felt right to do. So, you know, there was no expectation on my part. I was surprised that people were still doing it. But I want to spend this time encouraging everyone to get back into their accountability, not so much that heavy word accountability, but rather get back into action. We really, yesterday was a weird...
Sorry, weren't you going to record this one? Oh, yeah,
it is recorded, yeah. It's all right. It's just that there's not, you know, not a lot of the members can get onto the weekly office hours, so I thought I'd record this one and send it out to everyone because I want to use the space to chat to the three of you, and if anyone else comes on, about moving forward and about what you need assistance with over the next week, but also to really encourage people to step back into it. I feel like there's this calling to, it's been slow, we've slowed right down, but there's this sense today certainly that it's time to start creating again. And I say creating again instead of start working again, start doing stuff again, because 2018 to me, the energy around it and what I'm understanding about it is all about more than ever before, really stepping into a place of following your soul's vision, your soul's guidance, doing what you feel called to do from that place, and knowing that even if it seems, when you look at it, it seems like you're not doing enough, knowing that whatever it is that you're feeling called to do is exactly what needs to be done, nothing more and nothing less, in order to give you everything that you want. Because stepping into this year again, this belief that life is happening for me, this belief that I'm enough to receive everything that I want, this belief that I'm the creator of my reality, therefore I get to create it whichever way I want, really is coming to pass. In other words, what I'm saying is, be very clear on your vision of what you want for your future, journal around it, write it out, have a very clear image or picture of what that is for you. I'm just looking for my book here that I started a few weeks ago. I've just seen, and this is the nearest I get to doing a vision board. Stick figure me.
That's mine.
I love it.
So this is what I do. It's as simple as this for me. My stick figure, I've got my name there just in case anyone doesn't realise it's me. And then all around it is what I want to create income-wise, what I want to be doing, who I want to be, healthy, happy, receiving, making, saving and spending money, family, friends and love, eating healthy, organic, whole foods, living in a fully paid and fully funded resort-style home, which I'm manifesting, transformational speaker and author. Everything I want to be, do and have is in here. And I really, 2018 is simplicity. Doing everything as simply as you possibly can. So none of that convoluted, having to work everything out exactly how it's going to be, what your goals look like and what each step along the way is and all of those sorts of things. But rather knowing who you wish to be, how you wish to behave, what you wish to have, what you wish to create in the world, knowing that. To some degree, knowing who your ideal client are, but again, you don't really need to know that. But I also do, I do a little ideal client one as well.
Sorry, Jessica, what did you just say?
Amen, sister. That I don't think that is that is. Just
but this is as much as I've been doing for my ideal clients. Again, a little stick figure. Just, you know, things like willing to pay well for services and products, awake and aware, ready to do the inner work, committed to achieving their own goals, happy and healthy, seeking next level guidance, raving fan, sharing me with friends and clients, because that's important. And that's as much as I do for that.
Not putting them into a title of who.
Exactly.
Just more about the stage of life they're at. Really.
Yeah, but without the ages and things like that, because really it doesn't matter. Because when we are being who we have, written ourselves to be, with our little stick figure or whatever, or our vision board, or however you do it, I mean, no way's wrong. But for me, 2018 is really saying to me, simple, keep it simple. Keep it really simple. Do what your heart and soul feel compelled to do. Take only those actions which you feel inspired to take. Stop worrying about needing to have things be a certain way before you do something, but rather just step into it. I also have been getting this message that act on your inspirations within minutes of receiving them, even if it's just to write the inspiration down, because it's happening so quick this year that if you don't get it down on paper, you'll have moved on to the next thing, and you might miss, well, you don't ever miss an opportunity, but you might, because, the same opportunity is given to hundreds of people, particularly in a soul pod or a collective energy. So if you really like the inspiration that comes through, take some sort of action on it right away. Now, that could just simply mean writing it into your book of inspired ideas, if you have such a thing, or into your diary, or speaking it into your phone, which is what I do quite a bit when I'm in my bedroom. I just speak it into my phone if I'm falling asleep, and all of a sudden I have this brilliant idea. It goes into the phone. That's the action, at least one little action like that to take straight away, so that it knows that you're interested in it. And what it will then do is start to bring more thoughts of the same ilk to you, to build on it. And then when it's ready, you'll feel that greater inspiration to take greater action on it. But it's really about this year, just keeping it simple, doing what you are called to do through inspired ideas or through an invitation of someone else. So being open to receiving everything that you want. Again, if you've written down, if you've journaled on what you want to live and be and do and have, and you've included that you want to do, for instance, speaking engagements, you want to be a speaker, be prepared to be open to receive those invitations. Because for many years I've been putting out there that I want to do speaking, but for some reason I wasn't allowing myself to receive those invitations. Sure, I'd get one or two here or there, but this year, I mean, I've already, what's today, the second day of the year, I've already had like 5 invitations to speak at various things, right? Because I have moved into a space where I'm now open to receive that. Previously, I was seeking it. Now I'm just simply receiving it, right? Less effort. I don't have to send letters out to people saying, I want to speak on your summit or this or that. Now the invitations are coming to me. Not for any other reason than that I changed my energy around it. Because I'm getting them from people who don't know me, or at least I don't know that they know me, so therefore I didn't approach them. So it's because I've opened my energy field up to receive these things, because I've simply decided that this year is the year and that I'm going to receive them. People are going to come to me. I'm sitting here, I'm doing my thing, and other people are seeing me. And so they're inviting me to these things instead of me having to seek it out and do the effort. Again, bringing it back to simplicity. All I really need to do and all you really need to do is speak your message every single day in some way, whether that's a blog post, whether that's a Facebook Live, whether it's I don't know what else you would do, a Facebook post or other social media post, it doesn't matter what it is. Our only job is to know our message and to speak our message in every moment that we get the opportunity. And through that, being in this invitation mode, inviting other people, ideal clients, but also collaborative things. And also team members. It's also how we're going to have people who will offer to help us with what we're doing or be willing to share what we're doing with their people. But it really is about bringing it all back to self. Sitting in yourself, knowing who you are, knowing who you're becoming, behaving the way you know you need to behave, doing the things you know you need to be doing, which is really speaking your message, sharing your message in whatever way, and then being opening to receive. Just opening to receive what's coming back, because it's in your knowing of self that everyone else, that's the vibration that everyone picks up on. You being in your highest vibration, knowing who you are, being who you are, sharing your message, the people who need your message receiving it, but also the people whose people need your message receiving it. Do you know what I mean? The collaborative people, the people who want to interview you, who want to share your message. Yeah. So people who have their own tribes is what I'm saying, will also be seeking you. But it's all about your message. It's all about being very, very strong and clear in your message and sharing it. Now, that doesn't mean you have to know your message right now. It simply means you have to know your message as it is right now. You understand what I'm saying there?
Totally.
Because we're growing every day. Every day our message comes a little bit stronger because we've stepped more fully into it. We're only in a little bit of our message at the moment. And every time we speak it, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger, because as we speak it, as we start to vibrate at it, it brings in more and more energy of the same message, the next level of the message, and then the next level of the message, and then the next level of the message, depending on your evolution, but also the evolution of the collective energy around you, the evolution of your own clients. And since we're all evolving so much, we have to go, this is the message that I know today, and this is the message that I'm speaking today. And yet I know that it might be a slightly different message tomorrow. It might be a bigger message. It might actually be a smaller message. It might change completely. But again, we have to just kind of go with that, knowing that whatever I'm speaking is exactly the right message today. So I just want to really encourage everybody for this year to step into their message, to do something every day towards serving their message. Your message is your gift, serving that to the world in some way, whether that's, again, as I said, through social media type things, or through your blog, or through simply working with your own clients. Just something every day. And of course, doing your own work on yourself is very important as well. Yeah. Remembering that you are also the receiver of the message that you're giving at this point in time, because what we're all receiving, what we're all giving, our message, it's all tied up with non-physical wisdom and energy. We're all stepping into that place. So we're all becoming our message as it becomes something.
And we receive more when we're in a high vibration as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So again, I mean, as I always say, I've been saying it for years, your only job is to raise your vibrational frequency, mind your own vibration. I'm going to add and share your message with the world. Or share your vibration with the world, which is what I normally say is your only job, blah, 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 mind your own vibration and take it out into the world everywhere you go. Just be that highest vibration. And we could say, just be your message everywhere you go in the world. So what I want to do now is just, if anybody has any questions about moving forward for this week, if anybody needs any help with anything from moving forward this week, I just want to quickly add that if anybody who's watching the replay needs a little assistance to get started again, get in touch with me. Send me an email on info@ann-mhayra, or connect with me through the member site, and let's get you started again, because I feel very, very strongly that those of us who are working on sharing our messages in this way and coming together in this way, we're ready to pop We're ready to pop. We're ready to go. We're ready to share our message more strongly this year. And I want to see us start quickly and almost like horses coming out of their little chutes when they off for a race. Let's get off to a really strong start and then, take the journey around the track at a gallop, and let's change our lives, but also the lives of the people around us.
Well, I'll go first.
Yep. Hello.
Hello. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Konnichiwa. Okay, well, first thing for me, question of the only word I've been waking up with since I had that tantrum is surrender, right?
Beautiful.
And as I said, I don't even see any reasons of sharing what I threw my tantrum is because it's irrelevant in the sense of I know better.
Yeah.
It's like now it's what I know that I am not allowed, I don't want to get frustrated with is that I want to fully shift in that knownness, like Jesus Christ, like I know better and I don't want to throw those tantrums anymore because my energy is so much, having fun has been more important. And I've switched off this whole week, last week. I switched off to the extent where I said no to going to my cousins and no to go to my parents to do a New Year's Eve. It's like, I just don't want to go there. Yet, as you know, what happened is now I can feel it coming on as well. A massive head, here, the pain is starting from here, but it's like something to explode. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's really hurting. It's unheard of for me to have this massive thing. And then the car decided to have its tantrum yesterday. And I'm like, what is happening here? Not questioning, it's like, okay, a car is brand new, not going, oh my God, universe, what you're doing to me. It's like, okay, sometimes this is what happens. But as for business-wise, I'm sitting here and I'm going, well, I have actually no clue.
I've actually been getting messages for you if you want to connect with me. I didn't know whether I'd approach you or not, but I've just been getting messages for you yesterday. So,
okay, well, there you go.
You can share it if you like, Jessica, if Maria wants you to, of course.
I'll probably talk to her separately. But
okay.
Yeah, so I'll connect with her. But it was just funny, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this because I didn't know whether it's something I just approach because you obviously and yourself would get messages for people all the time, and it's just trying to
make the decision of whether to share it or not, or those sorts of things. Absolutely. So, Maria, can I just say, I have had part of the reason that I decided not to do anything is because I had an attack of 2 migraines on Christmas Day. Now, I haven't had a migraine for a very, very long time, right? So, Christmas morning, as you know, we got on the 10 o'clock thing, and I had literally had gotten a migraine, right? So I thought, okay. I had a rest in the afternoon before I had to drive up to Butterham for my family gathering. Halfway up there, I started to get the migraine again as I'm driving. And it was kind of scary. But I came back. I stayed overnight. I decided not to drive back. We had a big storm and I still had a bit of a headache and everything. So I stayed overnight. Got up in the morning, and that's when I kind of went, you know what? I actually just need to do nothing for a while. There's something going on, okay? I have had the most enormous, when I channel for people, when I do healing, I do a lot of work in their brain neurons. I know I do. I can't really explain it or anything because I don't know that stuff, but this is what's been happening to me. There's been changes in my brain going on. Non-physical changes, like my brain is changing. And now this isn't the first time it's happened and that I've been aware of it. I'm very aware from time to time that I have things happen in my brain that shut down certain behaviours, that open me up to new gifts and skills. It particularly was happening when I was becoming really aware of unlocking my superconscious mind and starting to tap into all of those, excuse me, tapping into all of those new abilities and things. Every now and then it happens. Sometimes it happens to my brain and sometimes it happens to my heart, which is a brain as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can go through stages where I actually feel like my chest, you know, as you imagine they would do when they're doing work in your heart, that they take your ribs apart.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes have that feeling while I'm,
Wow.
that was when I was going through big heart openings and things like that, but I don't get that as much anymore, but now it's moved to my head. And sometimes the spot gets really sensitive as well.
Yeah, it was like burning. It was like as if my brain about to expand.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is, oh, there you go. Slow down. And I got to drive now to Vaucluse. Shit. Yeah, I've got ice now on my head, as you can see.
Yeah. Lots of grounding. Even though you already do lots of grounding, there's more grounding required.
Okay.
It's a whole new level of grounding that's required.
Crystals in my bra now.
No, see, that's the problem. Don't put crystals in your bra.
Oh.
Not today.
Okay.
Okay.
I will just leave
Just do all of the grounding stuff. See, even though depends on the crystal, but most crystals will actually lift you up. Most crystals will actually lift you up and open up that part of you. What you want to do is actually be in the dirt more than anything else, you know, that kind of crystal, rather than the crystals that are just really kind of
I should go
sitting in the earth
and do some gardening.
Absolutely, gardening.
I'll be freaking grounded. I'm doing surfing lesson tomorrow. I'll be grounded too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what I was getting.
There you go.
A bit more though, but yeah,
and share that when you can. But no, you actually need to totally step away from anything that takes you into a high vibration.
Oh wow!
You're just kind of acclimatizing to this new level.
Wow, that would explain.
So doing all the grounding things that you already do, but without the crystal in the bra.
Okay, all that
all those sorts of things.
Surrender.
Black. What's it called? Protective.
Well, I thought that was it.
What's it called?
That's not it.
Obsidian.
Yeah, black obsidian is okay to have around you. But any of the clear quartz and things like that, don't be around those.
So this one is black quartz, isn't it?
I actually don't know. I'm not a crystal person. I don't.
Ali, aren't you the crystal expert?
I know. Here? I have some, but I don't. I just have them because they feel good to me. I don't care about anything else.
This one, is that it? I think.
Yes, I think. Is that silvery black?
Yeah, it's like a magnetic thingy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, don't know. But the only one that I can wear these days is a black cross that I've got. It's very solid black.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's actually shaped into a cross. So I wear it around my religious friends. It's protective. It's it keeps other people's energy
I think this
away.
One's it. Yeah, I think this one's it. I've been asked that before when I had to do it in Canada.
Just ask it if it's grounding.
Okay.
And stay away from the ones that are going to take you into those higher dimensions just for a little bit. It's not an always thing, but if Rebecca were here with me, she might be able to explain this more, but there's a very fine line between spiritual ascension and madness, right? So she was actually telling me before Christmas that she had a woman who had been admitted to the hospital that she works at who started speaking. She said, I was talking to her, Anne, and she started speaking like you. She started saying we. Rebecca had this moment of, oh, my God. Because I'm always saying to her, when I first started doing that, I thought I was going mad. So she was questioning herself, does she actually need to be here, or is it that she's going through some spiritual experience? But she was very ungrounded, and that's the difference.
Okay.
Is in the groundedness.
Is that hematite? Hematite's a really great one.
Yeah, hematite.
Jessica, is this one? This is the magnetic.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Yeah.
Hematite, yeah.
Okay.
It's black metallic stone. It's not an activity, but it's considered an excellent grounding stone. It helps maintain a balance between body, mind, and spirit.
Yeah, well, actually, I have been told that I need to. That's why that song "Running." I've been listening and really been beating myself just being as one.
Yep.
And yeah, this week, like the whole last week, I've been just really sitting here going, okay, this conversation is boring for me, and get up and go. It's like, how's your conversation? Oh, okay, I'm okay here. Let's just go here. No, I'm just happy here, and being so in content while people were around me, but I wasn't engaging in the conversations, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually quite happy sitting here, doing nothing, and just feeling so calm. It's just been strange. This whole week has been strange in a good way.
Yeah.
And yesterday, oh my God, because I not stood my ground, I rang up, said, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just doing this.
What you've done, what you've been doing through those behaviours is proving to yourself that you love yourself.
Yeah, like remember what happened, and now it's my parents like, please come. Oh my God, you're here. There was nothing. There was no finger pointing. It's like, I don't want to help. I just want to sit.
You stood in your boundaries, and that really is an act of self-love.
It was really, I'm being pampered right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Yeah. So,
lots of kind of earthing and grounding type activities without too many of those really high vibe crystals, the ones that take you up and out just for now.
Thank you. And that gives me enough clarity for now, because that word surrendering, faith, and always is going to be, I know my words, because I've done a lot last year, more than I even expected. And it's given, like I said, owning myself and giving myself enough credit. That shit, I am like everyone else here, not taken away from you children and beautiful souls. You're all amazing. And I am as well.
Yes, exactly.
It's taken me a while to, while I projected on others, but for me to go, no, I am too. Like another person would be honored to be around me. And yet my friends tell me that, but it took me.
Yeah. Well, we never owned it for ourselves, do we? And yet, and this is something I was contemplating as I was doing nothing, lots of contemplating.
Yeah, exactly.
I was contemplating a lot about oneness, and about the fact of the matter is, if I think you're wonderful, then I'm simply owning that in myself. If I think you're gifted, I'm owning that in myself, because we're not separate. And when we step into that, and this really is where we're going throughout this year, 2019 and beyond, it will really be about knowing this, not just having a theory around it and desiring to have this oneness, but actually experiencing it. That when you achieve something, I achieve it as well. That when I achieve something, you achieve it as well.
Well, that also, that takes you away from that labels and judgment mode, like the book I was listening by Debbie Ford, because every single one of us are that. Like when you say you're stupid, you are also stupid. It's not rejecting any part of you. You'll love that card, Jessica. Embrace all of you.
It's absolutely correct.
Dark or light. It's just us. I am that I am, and not separating anything anymore. And just go right.
Exactly.
This is me. And so that judgment thing will disappear.
Exactly.
You actually speak that of yourself, and you don't want to call yourself stupid, do you? It's like, well, actually, okay, I am, but I don't want to talk.
Well, we do. This is the problem, and this is what we're all trying to empower ourselves away from, don't we? I mean, what's the voice that we've been training to stop telling us that we're not enough, that we're not stupid, that we're
buy into the lies of it. We buy into the lies of it's time to shift and buy into a true story. Because every single one of us here have got our own stories. But are we buying into the lie of it or into the truth of it? So which, and that's where, like also you said, and I've been talking to Sarah, question everything. Is it really true for me? Am I really an idiot? Or is life really this shit? Or is life really amazing? Because actually, speaking of how amazing it is to be a human being, by watching this series Traveler, even them, their consciousness from the future being put back into saving livelihood, they go, oh my God, to get those emotions, to feel those emotions, the human, far out how blessed we are to be alive right here, right now. So why do we waste all that energy rejecting and complaining and
Well,
going.
we've just been trained that way, and so we're training ourselves away from that.
Retraining.
And hopefully through doing that, we stop it being perpetuated. Our children aren't going to miss out on it. They're already in it, unfortunately, even though we are different and we're becoming different and everything. I mean, I look back at the first few years of my son's life and think I wasn't who I am now. I was still reacting to everything and, no, you can't have that. We don't have the money for it and these sorts of things. And I see how that's affected him now to this day. He hoards money. He bought a safe with his money. He bought a safe to put in his bedroom. Guess what he asked me to get him for Christmas?
What?
A little thing of silver. I bought him silver for Christmas. For his birthdays, I buy him gold, little gold bars.
Wow.
From the mint. He's obsessed with accumulating money. And I recognise that's because of who I was when he was little.
Well, you guys will appreciate this book. This is by Don Miguel.
Don Miguel? Yeah.
The Voice of Knowledge. I keep listening with this with Grace and realizing, like today she goes, I'm a good girl. I said, no. Detach that. We're all perfect.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We all do that now, but our children have already got these things embedded in them through society, through going to school, even when they don't go to school, from having other children around and other parents around. All of these sorts of things.
I'm doing my best to keep playing this.
As we all are. I mean, I'm trying to change that within him, but at the same time, I know that he's actually going to be a very wealthy young man.
I see that a little bit differently as well.
Oh, no, I do as well. I see both sides of it, but I was simply recognising where it's come from.
Yes.
I think it's a good thing, but there's degrees of obsession.
Yeah, exactly. There's passion there.
And that's okay.
It's interesting how you say that as well, noticing the behaviors we've been talking about, the weight. You know, my daughter has been constantly with my family because she runs. Oh, you're so skinny. And she started questioning, oh my God, Mommy, I'm just too unhealthy.
Something wrong with things.
Oh,
yep.
Honey, did you hear me ever condemn my body? I don't do that, you know.
But it's out there in the world. Grandparents
constantly and all the things. It's like, can you please leave her alone? She is healthy.
Yep.
So now for me to just keep saying, like, don't listen even to me. Question you. How do you feel?
And that's what we have to do. I'm teaching Jack journaling, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
that's awesome.
Journaling. He doesn't necessarily want to do it. He knows how powerful it is because he sees the results I get almost immediately, and he keeps saying, "Oh, I should do it." Sometimes I kind of make him do it, but he's 14, for goodness sake. You know, he's a 14-year-old boy. He's not gonna, but he sees the results, and since he's always focused on the end result of money, this is what I'm using to get him to do it. So there you go, Maria. All sorted. You should do well with that, and let us know how you go.
I will do. Thank you, and I'll surrender more. So that's what I've been. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'll just stay here quietly now.
All right. What about you, Ali?
Okay, so I have. Oh, first of all, am I coming through? Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. So I'm in a bit of a conundrum at the moment whether I need to set up a group or should I focus more on my page that I currently have and rebrand it. So I was thinking of doing a group so I have that as, you know, a source of clients and that sort of thing. But when I launch the program, I'm going to have a group for that. And I'm like, do I really want to?
Yeah, okay. So here's what I think and what I know. I do a lot of, you probably know, I do a lot of courses and things on various things. So I do courses on Facebook groups, and I do courses on Facebook ads, and I do courses on all manner of things because I want a general knowledge about these sorts of things. And moving forward, Facebook is really focused on becoming a place that hosts communities, right? By that, they mean groups. That's where everything's going to happen in groups, They want us to start creating groups instead of pages. Now, having said that, I have my group and I have my page. And I also have separate groups for different programs that I have from time to time, private little groups for the duration of the course.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them I keep open forever so people can keep communicating. But eventually it all slows down and everyone stops communicating in there, which is okay. I think it's very important, if you are building a brand as you are, that you have a group.
Okay.
That is focused, not necessarily around your particular program, but focused around your brand and who your ideal clients are.
Mm-hmm.
So like Mystery School for Women, right? So that's a bit of my branding, but it's also defining who is my client. So tell me what, so you could name it your program name, but I would always say, always add in some descriptor of your ideal client into that group.
What's been coming to me in the last day or two is I'm going to work on it more, but something along the lines of the plant-based priestess, something around there. There was all sorts of
Yes, right.
coming up with, have the grounding of, it's along plant-based principles, it's about alternative living, that sort of thing.
Yep.
But also bring in the mystic element as well.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the most, there's a couple of really successful groups that I follow. I don't do much in them, but one is called I Work in Personal Development.
Okay.
Brilliant name. Grew really, really fast. Because we all, Jessica's face, we all work in personal development. We all want to be part of it. There's coaches, there's healers, there's all sorts of people. So that's a really clever name. Another really clever name, who has also, some of you might know, Vanessa. I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's the name of the group, and then for coaches, entrepreneurs, and such. Okay. So
spotlight or something?
Yeah, step into the spotlight for coaches, entrepreneurs, but I'm not quite sure. But that's what you need to do, is really kind of make it so that when someone sees the name, they know they belong to it. Okay. They know that it's what they are or what they're interested in. Okay? So just know that and let it come into you. Let it become clearer and clearer. So your ideal client, the type of people, what you want to do is have this place or space where potential ideal clients are, so that when you post about an offer in there, they immediately buy it. Mm-hmm. Because they're perfectly positioned. They know, like, and trust you because you're communicating with them in there all the time. So they will buy the thing. And they're the ideal client. This is what they're looking for.
Yes.
So
it's plant-based principles for a healthier lifestyle. And then add on beginners.
Okay.
Plant-based principles for a healthier lifestyle.
I think that's too program orientated.
It's I use the expression all the time. You want it to sound sexy, right? So people who want to have a plant-based lifestyle, who do they like to think of themselves as being? Vegan. Hot, sexy, and something, vegan. No, not vegan. No.
Vegetarian?
That's the word.
No, it's a whole different thing now. There's vegans, there's vegetarians, but there's also this plant-based lifestyle. It's a whole different thing. It's more a healthy,
hot, sexy and grounded.
Hot, sexy and grounded. Love it.
I'm having a tingle.
That's something.
And we'll have Ali with her, her that sexy shirt that she had with the veggies and her dirty hands. Fuck, she look hot. when you're out of your garden, you know,
In my high-vis shirt.
yeah.
So how
My
old?
husband's high-vis shirt.
Tell me a little bit about your ideal clients, Ali, for this program for you. What's your ideal client?
Well, essentially, I want to be that bridge for the people that know that it's the healthier way of being,
Yep.
that aren't that interested in the vegan principles.
Yep.
You know, if I can't get them to stop eating animals on moral grounds, I'll save the animals through selfish ones.
Yeah, okay. So what are the selfish ones? So what are the selfish reasons that they would stop eating meat?
That they want to lose weight, they want to look better, they want to feel better.
Well, see, okay, beautiful. All beautiful. Lose weight, look better, feel better. But let's turn those words into sexier things.
Okay.
You know, to really push the point home. Instead of saying feel better, we say, instead of saying look better, we say look hot or look sexy, or, you know what I mean? And of course, depending on your age group, the ideal client age group would depend on what words you use for that. Because if you're going for the 30 to 40-year-olds, then, excuse my French, but I'm going to say it anyway, hot as fuck, hot AF, that's what they're saying these days. You know what I mean?
You want to bring the mystic in, did you say?
That's sort of where I was leaning towards.
So is that also more about, because I'll just give you an insight for me, none of that would work. It's the fact that it's high vibration, and for me it's
very good.
Higher, so none of that lose weight. I'm past that. I've done that. I'm now connecting more to knowing that it's higher vibration food, and that is going to serve my spirituality the most.
See, I agree with that, absolutely agree with it, but I think the market for that's smaller than the market for weight loss.
Yes.
So you could bring the high vibe weight loss into it.
Yeah.
Or you know, high vibe is very big on Facebook and everywhere at the moment, that expression high vibe. Sonia Choquette's just started her new membership called Good Vibes. And I mean, there are so many high vibe groups out there.
Well, should she also, Ali, should she watch the word loss? When you lose something, you find it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look at all of those sorts of things.
Yeah,
but
maybe release or coach shedding. The old, I don't know.
Or body transformation.
What's the, if you had to pick the number one benefit of what you teach, what would it be? The number one benefit? Is it weight loss? Is it looking better, feeling better? What is it? Feeling better. Okay, so bring that focus in. So you could high vibe life through high vibe food or something. I'm just riffing, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring that in, because that's what well, first of all, look at what your ideal client is interested in.
Well, if I can say, for me, why I got it, I've been looking for a pancake recipe, and what attracted me to Alice is simplicity. The simplicity of that, and the way she had the picture, and it's you just only need 2 of these things, and you're like, oh fuck, that's so easy. I'm getting exhausted from chia seeds, but this
I so agree.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just give me the freaking recipe that I can whip it within a second. So simplicity is the word definitely has jumped.
And I'm so over the 3-page story of the bloggers before the recipe.
So that is where Ali, for me,
I don't fucking care what room in your house you were sitting in when you got the inspiration.
So Ali, maybe it would be a great idea to start the year by maybe finding some ideal clients, some prospective ideal clients, and getting on the phone with them and surveying them and asking them the question, what would make you follow my recipes? What are you looking for in a recipe? Is it simplicity? Is it this? Is it that? Give them options and tick off the options and see what really is resonating with people who may be your ideal client.
Well, I can tell you straight away.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I'm just starting, and I've got exactly what you were saying, Maria. Chia, I'm doing all this stuff, and it's like, I just want to...
It's too complicated.
It feels like, it's too complicated. You feel like for that reason, you almost grab for the other stuff.
Yep.
And I feel feel the impact immediately. And it's like, well, what else do I do?
Or just, like all this. If you do this, you're going to have high omega, high of this, and you're like, okay, I am doing all of this, yet my blood cells show me different things. It just becomes too complicated. You constantly, oh my God, I don't have this, I didn't put that. You go into this overdrive mode. And what I found for myself, like when Jamie Oliver has brought out the 15 minutes thing, you know, I'm telling you, like what I said to Ricky and Jane, I am the type of person is I'd rather be at the beach than cook. So if he gives me a 15-minute recipe where he did the glad wrap, spices, chicken, another guy, and bash it up, I'm all for it. And just chuck a few veggies or the thing, you know, and that I still have a delicious meal.
So the simplicity is very important for a lot of people. So include that in your survey. And I think, Ali, moving forward, that you should do some surveying. Either do it by polls in Facebook. You can, you know, do polls on your page, I think, or in other groups or whatever. Or actually saying, you know, I need 10 people to have a chat with me about high vibe living and plant-based living or any of those sorts of things. And just get on the phone with people and find out what they really like. Or you could do a online survey of some sort, asking the questions and get people to fill them in. To click on the answers that appeal to them most of all.
And for me personally, sorry, Anne, like I I wouldn't box myself just because I'm a single mother. No, as an individual, I want simplicity as an individual because my priority is values, like what Anne said, values of just do nothing. I'd rather relax than cook, you know, then I'd rather go out and order something. For me as an individual, as a person, not as a mother, not as a friend, nothing. Like what I'm saying is just not to box anyone in. As an individual, my values are very different. I want to eat quick and enjoy more. Like, but
and have it be good food.
To have food prepped, ready to go. So I've got it there to grab and not look for the you know, dirty alternatives that are easy.
Yeah, well, I've literally been thinking I need to join some Facebook groups to teach me what alternative proteins I have or some sugar things that are because like even I had low blood sugar or whatever, and I go into that, and so I feel like, but what's my alternative? So I'm really in that struggle of.
I have got a slice that is perfect for you. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I need something.
Okay, sorry ladies, we've only got 6 minutes left, so I just want to very quickly, unfortunately I've got another appointment straight after. So Ali, so I think you've got something to move forward with to get some answers to that, to help you to develop a name for your group as well. That'll mean something to your persona.
I'll go.
All right.
I won't stop.
Thanks, Maria.
Ciao, guys. Ciao.
Bye.
And Jessica, she left a message for you saying that, you know, message her on her number. So, Jessica, it's your time. Is there something
6 minutes. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess I like the Inspiration Club, but I'm getting a little bit by having to stick with that one thing. I feel like I'm moving a little bit. So I think I like the idea of just speak your message in some way. Maybe if I just keep it that simple this
Beautiful.
month and see what comes from that, from what you said before.
Yeah. So just every day doing something like either doing a live or doing a blog post or writing something or refining your message as well.
Yeah, but I guess then I'm a little bit conflicted by how does the rest of the wheel keep spinning, if that makes sense. If I'm just speaking at one time somewhere, like for example, how is my group? If I'm just speaking, let's say my message in my group, then how does that keep spinning if I'm off speaking, doing just these other things? So that's
So if you've got, so one of my goals every day is to do a live at least once in either my profile group or page, and to post into both those other, to do the three things. So speak my message at least 3 times into each of my social medias.
Okay.
So you see, when I say speak your message at least once every day, obviously if you've got a group and a page, then you will be doing it twice a day or 3 times or however many times. The most important thing is to just be speaking your message in whatever way you need to in that moment. So for you, as opposed to saying, well, I'm going to do a Facebook post every day, we could broaden yours out, as you said, to be more about speak my message every day, and then each day decide how that's going to be and put some thought into at the end of the day. So when you're doing your reporting where it says, what are you going to do tomorrow? Then you can kind of go, oh, well, tomorrow I'm actually going to do this and this and this, so that you know what to do the next day, but you don't have to stick to it. Do you know what I mean? So that you've got, okay, so I did these things today, so tomorrow I might do these things around speaking my message.
Okay.
So the goal to be accountable for is to speak your message at least once in all of your places every day.
Okay.
Instead of speak my message once every day, is speak my message at least once every day in all of my social media places or any other places. Because obviously if you're doing writing, if you're doing speaking at an event or if you've got a program or event that you're working on, you're doing that already.
Yeah. I'll see how that goes then.
But really, once you...
I find I go into Facebook groups and you're meant to, and then I comment and stuff, and I feel like some of the stuff that I'm going through doesn't add...
Well,
days and things, and it's like, how do I make that?
No, I agree with you. Now, the only reason I actually have almost stopped going into any Facebook groups, here's the thing. If you've got a message to share, you should just be sharing it on your own social media, in your own platforms, right? Point in case, right? I often look at Esther Hicks and I think, okay, does she go, or do her people go into other groups and share her stuff? No. She only shares on her page. Now, I know it's not her that does that, by the way, but let's pick someone like, I don't know, pick someone who's at the next level where you want to be. Right. Does she go into other groups and post? No, she does not. She just does her thing.
Yeah.
Focus purely on your own thing.
Yeah.
However, so that's your main focus, is on your own message and speaking your message in your own communities, right? And then secondary to that is perhaps choosing one or two groups that you go into every single day, and you scroll down to the first 10 and just answer one or two questions. If someone talks about how they don't know what their passion is, or they're multi-passionate.
And I've been doing that, and then that's not there. It's not there.
It does take time. That's the thing.
I've been picking and choosing, but it's not on a daily basis that in the first 10 there would be that. And I think
exactly right.
Groups are serving. I've consulted, and I feel like my groups are actually serving more as a people that I will connect with, which will actually be a part of my inspirators. They're my support group as opposed to my clients.
Okay. So then what I would suggest to you is that you actually go to Facebook and do some searching on your keywords, passion, multi-passionate, these sorts of things, and actually find groups who are people who are trying to find their passions.
Yeah.
And then answer their questions.
Yeah.
No, the only way to do it is to actually search in the search bar on your keywords, see what comes up, go in, look at them, then decide.
I don't want to do it in a group that's that person doing it already. I don't think that's right.
Well, it depends on the size of the group. If it's over maybe 2,000 or 3,000, then absolutely jump in and do it, because they're not able to do it. Okay. And you're supporting them. And if you're doing it in a way where you're not selling your thing, you're just saying, I'm going to answer. This person has said they don't know what their passion is, or they don't even know what passion is. I'm going to respond in the way that I know, and not to say, oh, this is what I do. Lots of people say, oh, passion is what I work on, blah, 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 blah. You immediately know that they want you to know that, nothing else. So instead of, you just answer the question.
Okay.
You just answer the question.
Okay, cool.
And start to build. When I do that, I immediately see people go and like my page, because they read your answer and they go, oh, she actually knows something that and they'll look at your profile and see what you do. And then if you're the right person for them, they will like your page.
Yeah.
Or send a friend request.
All right. That's
all right.
What I'll do.
And you can always say, you can always say at the end, I'm happy to have a chat with you in private if you want to explore it further.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and the podcast will be coming up. Maybe not this month, but it's definitely there. Like it's just pushing.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'll just get that.
Excuse me. Sorry, my voice is going again. It's been on and off for about 2 weeks now.
And if you can send me through some questions, rough questions that you're doing with me on the 6th.
Yes, I shall make myself a note right now. I saw that on my little calendar this week and I thought, oh, I better do questions for interview. All right, perfect. I will get something to you hopefully by the end of the day. Okay, you both happy with that? Oh, Ali's got.
I'll refine it if it goes over. I guess as long as it's changed. I guess the Inspiration Club, as in the way it's.
Yeah, and once you've done one, I mean, really, it's designed so that you just simply have it somewhere where you can say, I've done this today.
Yeah, that's right. It's the movement.
I've done something towards building my business. If that's your intention, which it was yours. To start building your business, to start doing this thing. So, each week you could change the goal if you had to. But essentially, like for me, it's just I have one in there for me, which is just to do my half-hour writing every day. I use that for whatever writing. If I'm writing a blog post, if I'm writing a Facebook post, if I'm writing a chapter for my book, or if I'm doing some journaling, whatever I need to write about for those 20 minutes. I don't define what that is, where it'll be or anything. It's just writing for that amount of time.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
I'll think about it.
All right. Good. All done?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll say goodbye. I'm running a bit late for my appointment, so I better get going. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing your post in the member site, both of you.
All right.
Beautiful. I've got a lot to do now.
Thanks. Bye.
All good. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Sonia.